Hi, my name is Joey.
And my name is Sam.
And this is School Nights.
School Nights is a brand new program the Admissions is trying out. And if you guys are new here, this is actually the second episode, but this program is going to be all about just finding out what life is like here at Calvin. So different aspects, different things, like maybe doing things like outside of Grand Rapids, things on the weekends, maybe even things around campus, some of our favorite places, also like program spotlights and other stuff like that too.
Yeah, but I want to start by introducing myself as well as Sam. My name is Joey Snella, and I hail from just outside Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a sophomore here at Calvin with a double major in marketing and strategic communication.
Nice. And as you guys heard earlier, my name is Sam. I'm a junior here from Hudsonville, Michigan, so I'm only about 30 minutes west of here. I'm studying physical education with a minor in recreational leadership, and I'm also on the hockey team here as well.
We have two hockey teams here at Calvin, and I will say Sam is the star of the D3 team.
Fun.
But Sam, what's our first segment looking like for tonight?
Absolutely. So we have 3 segments for you guys. And the first one, we're going to head over to Eli Ribby, who's actually working intramural volleyball right now. And he's going to walk around, interview some intramural players, kind of get the scoop on what goes on and why people love intramurals so much.
Yeah, and our second segment will be with Derek, one of our admissions counselors, and Lorena, one of our members who lives in the dorms, and then talking about housing, talking really in depth about what housing looked like, but also activities and how you felt that housing form a little bit.
Absolutely. And then our last segment, we're going to head over to Haley Marco, who's in the Center Art Gallery, a really cool place on campus in the Come to Fine Arts Center. She's going to kind of walk around, show us what happens in there, what you guys can check out every once in a while, and maybe even ways to get involved as well. And as you guys know, if you guys are coming back here again, you guys feel free to ask questions in the live chat, and we'll get to those questions at the end of the episode, and we'll answer them to the best of our abilities.
And if for some reason we don't get to your question, Calvin will also reply to those questions if we don't have time to get to them at the end. And of course, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Yeah. That way you get notifications when School Nights happens every week at Thursday at 6 o'clock. But with that, let's hand it over to Eli.
Take it away.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to School Nights here. I am currently in the Hoogenboom Gym, which is home to one of our largest student organizations, and that is intramurals. So again, my name is Eli. I'm a junior here studying sports management, and I work for intramurals here. Intramurals is one of our largest student organizations. We have just about every sport you can think of, from basketball to volleyball to floor hockey. We have inner tube water polo, just pretty much any sport you can think of. So definitely a great opportunity for you to be involved in sports while you are at Calvin. And if you can see, I'll try to flip my camera around here. We are here warming up for some volleyball tonight. It's been pretty hyped this semester. Volleyball is one of our most populated sports. And I'm actually going to bring you over now to 2 of our stars of the Recreational Volleyball League. We've got Ryan and we've got Michaela over here. And we're just going to ask them a couple questions about why they love intramurals. So what is your guys' favorite part about intramurals at Calvin?
Sure. So I love that I can just come with friends and play, and we can make our own team and just have a ton of fun. And it's competitive, but it's not that high of stakes. So it's fun to just mess around, and just it's a super great environment to play in.
And I love that you can just show up with however many people you want. You can play with less than the max, because then it's more fun.
Yeah, so we got a super chill environment here at intramurals. We try to make it as competitive as you want, but if you're just here to have fun, we love that too. And we've got a huge game here tonight, guys. What are you thinking about the game tonight? What is it looking like? How are you feeling?
Feeling good. It's just
feeling
us
good
tonight, so hopefully we can.
Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of 2-on-4 action tonight.
Oh yeah, last Tuesday.
I don't know who we're playing, but it doesn't matter. We'll win this.
Yes, we got 2 guys here from one of the top teams in our recreational league. So we're pretty excited at what tonight's going to bring, and definitely excited for people to get involved in intramurals when they want, and if they can. So thanks again, Sam and Joey, for shooting it over to me. I'll throw it back over to you guys. Yeah, intramurals are great.
Thank you so much for that, Eli. I think one of my favorite things about intramurals is, again, like Eli said, just how competitive it is, but also you don't need to be a varsity athlete in high school to be on those teams.
Exactly. Yeah, one of my favorite intramurals is outdoor soccer, which usually happens in the spring, and it's an absolute blast to kind of go and blow off some steam and get away from homework sometimes. It's so much fun to get a group of friends and play together on a team.
Yeah, but we want to hand it right on over to Derek and Lorena, because they have a lot of information to share with you guys about housing and how that looks here at Calvin University. So Derek, take it away.
What is going on, everybody? Like Joey said, my name's Derek. I'm here with the wonderful Lorena. Lorena.
Hey guys, I'm Lorena. I'm a sophomore here at Calvin. I'm studying secondary education in math and a minor in Spanish. I'm from Rochester Hills, Michigan. And yeah, we're going to talk about housing.
We're doing housing. And so with that, we're in a dorm, one of the best places on campus. You're going to feel at home right here. And so Lorena, as you heard, she's involved in so many things, but among all, she lives in a dorm as well. So why not be able to ask her about what it's like to live in a dorm? So first and foremost, Lorena, tell the wonderful people, what's housing here at Kelvin look like?
Yeah, so at Kelvin, we have 3 major options. The first is freshmen and sophomores are required to live in the dorms, which honestly is a pretty great option. And we also have our KE apartments on campus for upperclassmen, and Grand Rapids is a pretty great community to live in. So those are pretty fun too. We're going to focus on dorms today.
Obviously, dorms are incredible. You heard that. So you heard just a little bit about what options we have, but even more than that, Lorena, tell me, how do I even sign up to live in a dorm?
Yeah, so when you apply to Kelvin and you choose to come here, which is super exciting, you're going to have to fill out a little form, and you get placed into a dorm that we think you'll best fit in. And it's a questionnaire. So it's people looking at the answers that you submit. So if you like to sleep early or something, we'll place you where we think you'll best fit in. So it's not just some sort of random placement, it's filled with purpose.
Perfect. I love that. And so then even more than that, once I do sign up for a dorm, how do I get a roommate?
Yeah, so there's a lot of options for roommates. If you prefer not to have one, you can definitely choose to have a single, but I love having a roommate. I went through the potluck system, which again is like a little questionnaire, and you fill out your preferences. A lot of people choose the potluck system and end up with great roommates who are like best friends for life, but you can also choose to go with someone you know, which is super fun too.
Perfect. So I know what a dorm is. I know how to get into a dorm. I know how to get a roommate. Once I'm in a dorm with my roommates, what do I do now?
Yeah, so the dorms are super fun. What I love about Kelvin is really the dorm life and the community that you build here. Your people in your dorms are like your best friends. You get dinner with them, you watch movies with them, you play games with them. Really what you do in the dorms is up to you. I know my friends and I, we play sardines in the academic buildings after hours, so that's super fun. We also just like to watch scary movies all the time, play board games, and it's a great way to get to know each other.
Did you guys ever play intramural sports together?
We tried playing volleyball, but we're not that great at it. I think the other team got us beat.
It's all right, but at least you tried. And so with that, you just heard just a little bit more about housing, how to sign up, what dorms look like, and then also what dorm life looks like just a little bit more here at Kelvin. So signing off, this is Derek.
And this is Lorena.
We're sending it back to Joey and Sam.
Thank you so much, guys.
That was awesome. That was like a perfect snapshot of what the dorms are like and how you guys get involved right away. So it was awesome.
Yeah, and you guys can come see that same model dorm room when you guys come to visit Calvin. We'll give you a tour.
Absolutely.
You guys even request Sam or I as your tour guides. And
There you go.
Sam, what happens if they sign that deposit form?
Exactly. Once you guys say you guys are coming to Calvin, just like Lorena said, talking about the dorms, and you guys send in your deposit, you guys will actually get some sweet
Calvin socks. Oh, look, this
like
is
we
the.
got.
Gotta
There you
rep
go.
them. Gotta
There you
rep
go.
them.
You get your Calvin socks. One of my favorite pairs of socks. I wear them all the time.
I wear mine to the most fancy of occasions. That's what I like to wear mine
There you
to.
go.
Only the best. That's why I'm wearing them for school nights tonight.
Absolutely. Only special occasions only. But we have one last segment, and we're going to hand it off to Haley Marco, who's in the Center Art Gallery like we talked about earlier. She's going to walk around and show us everything that it has to offer and when you guys can check it out and just all the details about it. So Haley, it's off to you.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Joey. My name is Haley, and I am a senior here at Calvin. I'm studying mechanical engineering, and I'm also getting a minor in biotechnology. I'm originally from Sacramento, California. So I'm right here in the Covenant Fine Arts Center, or the CFAC. And before we head into the Center Art Gallery, I did want to check out this really cool, awesome wall exhibit that we have for you guys. And it's from Dialogue. So I'm going to switch my camera around. One quick second. There we go. So Dialogue is our student-run creative journal. So all of this stuff that's hanging on the wall and more that's actually in the printed journal that's on campus are from students. They submit throughout fall semester and it's released. There's a huge Dialogue release party. There's some amazing pieces out here that are being showcased outside of the art gallery. And then there are also some awesome stuff in the Dialogue. It's kind of like a magazine. I love flipping through it. There's poems, there's a bunch of fun stuff like that. So now we're gonna head on into the art gallery, the center art gallery. And right now we have an exhibit called the Derived Vessel. This is actually some pieces right here. This one's really cool. The Derived Vessel is part of some Calvin alumni's work, Rebecca Suida, and she actually graduated from Calvin back in 2018. She majored in both chemistry and fine arts here at Calvin. So she was able to balance it both, STEM and the arts here at Calvin, which as a we want you to pursue all of your passions, and that can be art and STEM. So I've really loved being able and being a part of that. Here at Calvin, we have a lot of different type of art that you can get involved in. So if you're an art student, you're able to put your art in the art gallery. So a lot of seniors will have exhibits in here, especially during the spring. So they're getting ready for that also here in the art gallery right now. And also there's a lot of other stuff you can do. So in the CFAC, which is the area that the art gallery is housed in, there's also a lot of practice rooms and music rooms. So students who are music majors or just students who like to play music, they're able to come in, reserve a room, practice. There are pianos and things like that for students as well. And we also have our recital hall and our auditorium where a lot of cool concerts and movies are shown. One of the really awesome things that I love about the art gallery is that there is a very big push to have conversations and engage in popular culture and popular art and just art in general. So I think that Calvin loves having those conversations. So it's just a really great time to come in here, to take a quick study break, look at some really cool stuff from both Calvin alumni, Calvin faculty, and Calvin students. So that's a little bit about the art gallery here. If you're a Calvin student, definitely come and check it out. The art gallery is an amazing place and the exhibits change. Usually they have about 2 to 4 art galleries exhibits every semester and every year. So feel free to come back, and I'm signing off. Back to you, Joey and Sam.
Awesome. Thank you, Haley, for that wonderful summary of the Center Art Gallery. For me personally, it's one of my favorite places to go in and stop by every month or so and just check out what's new in there. Just kind of walk around because it's actually free.
Also, when you go and read the names on the art and the outside, you'll probably find some names of people you know. I remember when I went over there, I read one of my friends, Abby, had a painting, and I was like, no way. I had no idea she was so artistic, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, that kind of concludes our segments, but you guys know what time it is. It's time for
some questions.
Let's get it. Alrighty. First off, we've got some intramural questions here, 2 of them. First one, is there a cost? No cost to any intramurals. It's completely free to all students. Any sport, you name it, it's free for you guys to get involved in any league as well. The second question for intramurals is, what is the difference between club and intramural? That's a great question. Club sports, you'll play other different schools around West Michigan, maybe even outside of that as well. But all intramurals are within Calvin, so you'll play other students as well.
Yeah, my roommate John actually plays club volleyball here, and he had the opportunity to play Ohio State's club volleyball team. So opportunities to play big schools, small schools through the club teams, and intramurals are a great way to bond inside of Calvin. I have a great question here, kind of 2 good questions. One is, what is a Barnabas? So that kind of leads back to the dorm. So every single floor has a Bible leader. We call them a Barnabas. They're going to hold Bible study on your floors from every week. And also we have floor Bible studies that go into big Bible studies for the whole dorm every month or every couple weeks as well. So you have to worship with your floor of your guys or gals. So I know for me personally, we hold Bible study every week with my floor. And then we also hold dorm Bible study where you get to worship as a big group, especially on a non-COVID year. It is packed in those basements. And the other question I have that relates to this is, what the heck does an RA do? Wasn't RA a resident assistant? It's an upperclassman that lives in the dorm floors, and it's there not only keep you safe and following the rules, like for me and Sam, if we broke a window, probably be a conversation about what we're doing, but also help plan fun events. For example, this fall, my floor second highest guys, shout out to you boys, we went over to Chick-fil-A and we circled all of our cars in the parking lot and played spike ball in between. So great stuff like that happens. We even challenged our sister floor or the floor that's adjacent to us with girls to a kickball game. I'm not going to say who won, but let's just say I hit a nuke. All right, just how it went. But you have another question, Sam?
Yeah, I've got another one. This one might be a little bit biased, but what is the best dorm on campus? Joey, I know you feel strongly about this.
I do.
But my freshman sophomore year, I was on the 3rd BOR. So shout out to BOR Bennick, anyone who's in there. Best dorm on campus by far. But
I wholeheartedly disagree. Second highest guys. We have an Instagram page, of course. Follow us up, but also, just that dorm community, no matter what dorm you're in, we have 7 dorms, and each of the floors are just phenomenal. There really is no number one best dorm, but they all are just great floors. And my last question I have here is, what is the quirkiest spot on campus?
Ooh,
And I love this question.
that's a good one.
So for me personally, it's actually the tunnels of Calvin.
Ooh.
Did you guys know that there's tunnels that go from like the chapel over to the science building? There's an intersection in those. And it's kind of fun because you're like standing underneath the floor, underneath like the grass outside. Well, you can't hear people above you. It is kind of cool to think that you could like, you know, look up and see people's feet. So I think it's the
Absolutely.
quirkiest spot on campus for me.
That's a great answer. I've got another question here. This one, Joe, I feel like you could answer this one as well. What is your favorite Calvin building acronym? So if you guys don't know, most of the buildings on campus have their own acronym with it. Man, this is kind of a loaded question.
It
But
is
I
a
think I'm
very
gonna have to
loaded
go with the Covenant Fine Arts Center. As soon as call it the CFAC for sure. It just kind of rolls off the tongue, you know.
Yeah, that is a great question. I like Noorderweer Vanderwerp is one of our
Oh,
dorms, and they
that's
call it
fun.
NV Dub, like W. Much like Calvin takes W's in our sports games, NV Dub.
Shout out Night Nation.
Night Nation, baby. So yeah,
Nice.
I love NV Dub's acronym.
There you go.
But guys, we also want to remind you to subscribe and also just keep on asking questions and book a tour. Come to Calvin, come see us in person. We're doing in-person tours all the time here during the weekdays and weekends. But with that,
And make sure to tune in every Thursdays as well at 6 p.m. for another episode of School Nights.
my name is Joey.
And my name is